Welcome to the 2025 Summer Academy. I am Dr. Shannon Peoples, the Executive Director for the Office of Precollegiate Student Services. We were so sorry that we were not able to conduct our Summer Academy orientation due to the weather, but we do hope everyone was safe and sound. We are excited to welcome everyone on the first day, Monday, June 16th, for our middle school students, and Monday, June 23rd, for our high school students. Let's jump into our orientation guidelines. And this is something that is going to be emailed so that you all are able to take a look at it to prepare you for the first day of the academy. So let's look at our comprehensive student support model for our students. We provide early college campus exposure for our students. And that's something that's very important to make sure that all students understand that they belong on a college campus. And we do that by hosting all of our academies, all of our programs right here on the University of Missouri St. Louis. Academic and preparation and enrichment, that's something that is threaded through all of our classes and all of our programming, all of our opportunities. College admissions advising, awareness, and experience, that's something that is the hallmark of pre college programming. And so that's something that we do in all of our classes as well, specifically the career and personal development and college preparation class, to make sure that our students have a seamless transition from middle to high school and high school to college. That's something that you will begin to see our students do, come home and talk about what their plans are and where they see themselves once they graduate from high school. We talk about financial literacy and scholarship research because once our students decide where they're wanting to attend, then we have to talk about how they're going to pay for it. And as the cost of college skyrockets, we want to make sure that we set our students up for the best success on how they can go and just be students. And should they choose to come to the University of Missouri St. Louis, we have scholarships that are designated strictly for our students. We have full tuition scholarships for a select number of students. We have engineering scholarships as well. We look forward to welcoming your students to the University of Missouri St. Louis once they graduate from high school. Personal and professional development. Those aspects are time management, organization, study skills, those things that make our students well rounded and make sure that they are able to succeed once they graduate and they go on to selected colleges. Character development is a lot of things that we focus on in our classes as well. We do a lot of career research and identification because a lot of times students may select their careers based on what a family member may be doing, what they see on television, but really not understanding and realizing the skills that are necessary, the academia that is necessary for them to be practicing right now, and courses that they need to enroll in right now to make sure that once they go to college, they are completely prepared and there's no remedial courses necessary. So, that career research and identification is something that we start in their middle school course to make sure that our students are completely prepared. And professional networking opportunities. Students will have that opportunity all along the way in many of our workshops and opportunities that we provide during our summer academy. And you will hear more about those workshops later in this program. Our students, who are they? We look forward to your students joining our 100% high school graduation rate since 2003. This is something that makes us proud of the work that we do. It keeps us going. That 100% of our students not only have graduated from high school, but they have matriculated to their post secondary dreams. And whether that's a 4 year institution, a 2 year, a trade, we are excited about what our students have decided to do with their lives, and Bridge has contributed to those things in big and small ways. And so we are excited that your students will join the revolution of a college going culture. 100% of our students this past year have been accepted to at least one college, 72% of them four or more. And then 61% of our students have selected STEM majors. And while this is not required, there's so much money in those STEM majors, and we help to expose our students specifically to what opportunities are available. And then this number is still going, but 13% of our students received full tuition scholarships, and then 72% received two or more scholarship offers. And then our 2025 seniors have received more than $6 million in scholarship offers and counting. We're so proud of their accomplishments. And our 2025 seniors were admitted to more than 140 plus post secondary institutions nationwide. And so that's just a snapshot of who our students are. And again, we look forward to your students joining the college going culture. Our pre-collegiate program offerings. Our middle school summer academy, again, that starts on Monday, June 16th. And then our high school academy, we are piloting something different for our high school students this year, and that will start on the following Monday, June 23rd. We realize that our high school students have so many obligations and so many things before them, and so we have pared it down to a 3-week academy for them this year. And so we look forward to them starting on the 23rd. We have already completed our Bridge to the ACT summer intensive. And while we know that many schools have gone test optional, it still is so important for our students to take the standardized testing because there's so much money left unawarded because our students don't take the ACT and SAT. Our Spend the Summer Right essay workshops, one of those will start this Friday, and then we will have another one on the following Friday. And that is a college writing essay workshop for our senior students to help them to present a polished piece in their college applications. That again helps contribute to our seniors being able to collect those scholarship offers. So if you have a senior that is interested in that, they can contact our office for that workshop. Then our Bridge Program Saturday Academy, that will start in October. That application is actually open. That's for our ninth through 12th grade students and parents. We always have something for you all as well. The Parent Academy is the first Saturday of each month from October through February. Please take a look at our website. That application again is open for the Saturday Academy, and we look forward to having you all join us for those opportunities. Then we have our Bridge Program Math and Science after school clubs. Those are in designated high schools around the area. If you want to see if your school is one of the participating schools for those opportunities, please take a look at our website for that. Our program dates. So, again, our middle school academy will start on Monday, June 16th, and will go through Friday, July 11th. There is no academy on Juneteenth for the holiday. We will be observing that. So, again, for Thursday, Juneteenth, we will not have the academy on that day. And then on Friday, July 4th, there will be no academy. Our high school academy, again, will start on Monday, June 23rd, and then we will not have the academy for the high schoolers on July 4th. We will conclude our session on Friday, July 11th with our closing ceremony. We are always happy to celebrate the accomplishments of all students, and this will be for our middle and high schoolers. This will be at the Hilton St. Louis Frontenac Hotel. It will be a formal breakfast where our students will come dressed to impress. We'll be excited to celebrate all of their accomplishments, that they have done. The students will facilitate and govern the ceremony. They will be the speakers for that day. And so we look forward to all that they will do during the course of the academy. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. But then I want you all to put these dates on your calendar so that parents, you can make sure that you are able to attend. Students will be able to bring two guests with them for this event. For our first day arrival, because we had to cancel the orientation due to weather, we are going to have a streamlined process for that on the first day. And so we are asking you to arrive at 7:30 a.m. It's going to be the same process for our high schoolers, but our middle schoolers, we're asking you to arrive at 7:30 a.m. versus 7:45 because we're going to conduct an orientation overview, have a student check-in, and folder distribution for all students. So again, please arrive at 7:30 a.m. because there's going to be all of the distribution of the folders. We'll have t-shirts and all of the things that your student needs to be successful for the first day. For building assignments, our middle schoolers, you're going to report to Lucas Hall, room 100. I will be also sending out a video to show you where to arrive and where you're going to pick up. I will show you a little bit later where those pickup and drop off locations are going to be. For our high schoolers, you all are going to report to the same building. It's Lucas Hall, and it's going to be room 200. It's going to be upstairs. And so we'll have plenty of our staff that will have bridge shirts, and we'll have signs and things like that to make sure you all can arrive on time and where you need to be. Our campus police will be out as well, directing you all to our building, which is Lucas Hall. So let's run through a few participation reminders. Please, if you have not already, review the Student Code of Conduct contract that was sent to you with your acceptance letter. That has all of the information necessary to make sure that you understand what is required, what is expected of our student scholars, because this is not Like your normal school where just certain behaviors are tolerated, we are expecting our students to behave in a way that is conducive for a college campus. So please make sure that you are going through the Student Code of Conduct contract and the accountability chart, which is something new that we have implemented for this year to just make sure that our students and scholars and families understand what the repercussions are if the code of conduct is not met. So that's something that you all will receive via email is the accountability chart. If you all have any questions related to that, you can feel free to reach out to our office. So again, we expect not to have any issues. As you all know, it was required that all students had to submit a behavioral report. And so we are thankful that all of our students that are here were able to supersede and bypass all of those things because our students were able to meet the requirements of participation this year. So we hope that we don't have any need to review the accountability chart, but I do ask that you go through those things with your students prior to the start date. Next, let's make sure that we are arranging transportation for arrival. On a regular academy date, we're going to start at 7:45. But again, for the first day, we are asking students to please make sure that you arrive by 7:30 a.m. Again, on a regular date, we're going to start at 7:45. And it is very important for students to arrive on time because we have our morning advisement for students, which gives if there's any changes in classrooms, if there's any changes in where we're going to meet, if there's any changes in the activities for the day is so important. And it's a community building opportunity for students as well. So again, students should arrive by 7:45 and then the close of the academy is at noon. Students have to be picked up by noon. Parents, I understand that if you are coming from work or coming from elsewhere, it may present somewhat of a challenge, but if you have someone that is able to pick them up, students cannot remain on campus because we don't have the capacity to make sure that we are overseeing where your students are, and safety is the priority. I do want to say if your student is participating in a partner program following the academy, a partner program may be one of our other opportunities like our PR Palooza or the Esports Academy. Please let us know if your student is involved in another program on campus that will require them to stay following the academy. Please plan to be in attendance for each academy session. Students are only allowed to miss up to 2 sessions. Many of you have emailed us already about some of those absences, but if something were to occur, if a student is sick, if it's something that you have planned, please make sure that you are emailing us and letting us know about those attendance issues. Early dismissals and late arrivals, they also start to count in a student's absences. And so please make sure that we are not planning for a student to leave early each day because that does count towards their absences. If you have questions about those things, please make sure that you reach out to our office. Students should bring their schedules and name tags to each academy session. They're going to receive those things on the very first day. It will also be a copy of their schedule on the backs of their name tags for them to be able to keep track of. But students should be following only their schedules to their classes, and we will make sure they're in the right place as well. But they should take a picture of them and make sure that they are following only their schedules and bringing their name tags, which they do have to wear during the course of the academy because there's other programs, there's a lot of other folks on campus, and we have to be able to identify our students. Students should act professionally at all times. They should act like the wonderful scholars that we know that they are. They should maintain appropriate computer lab and science lab usage. We will go over those things when they are in the computer labs. They should only be on the sites that they should be, not on any of the social media sites or anything else that they should not be occupying their time with. The science lab usage, if they're going to be in the science lab instructors are going to go over with them appropriate science lab usage to make sure that everyone is in compliance and no one is harmed. And then completing all assignments according to the time frame designated. While students won't have a whole lot of homework, there will be some things that they will be required to do outside of the classroom. So parents, the same access that students have to Canvas, which is the platform that we will use, please make sure that you are checking and having your students to check because all assignments and our requirements will be there. Please don't let your students tell you that they don't know what's required of them because it will be maintained in Canvas and we are making sure that our teachers are updating their grades at all times. Maintaining appropriate dress attire. I'll get into that a little bit more in the next slide, but while we don't have a dress code, students are required to maintain appropriate dress attire, and there's a little bit more about that in our dress code as well. We have bridge t-shirts if you want your students to wear those, but wearing those things that are appropriate for our young scholars. Please, please, parents, on this next bullet, please do not allow your students to bring the Beats over the head headphones. If they're not Beats, whatever the brand is, please do not allow them to bring them, because when we have to ask them to remove them or to put them away, it sometimes becomes a challenge, and we don't want to have those types of interactions with our students. Please ask them to just leave them in the car until you pick them up. So again, please do not bring the over the head Beats headphones during the course of the academy. And then phones, I do understand that most students are going to have their phones with them, but please make sure that you are reminding them to put their phones away during class, because it does pose a distraction during the learning process. Please review the frequently asked questions. We try to answer as many of the questions as possible for our students and families. And so if you have additional questions that are not answered or that I have not answered during the course of this session, please make sure that you reach out to our office via phone or email, and we will answer those questions as best as possible. And then please make sure that your scholars come prepared with all the necessary materials and ready for the learning experience. There are some of our scholars that come with just themselves on the academy days, and I'm asking them, where's your notebook? Where's your pen or pencil? Something to write with. So please make sure that your scholar comes prepared for the learning experience with at least the basic learning materials. And if there's something else that they need, we will for sure make sure that they have those things for each of the individual classes. So now just a little bit more about our dress code. There's no headgear allowed except for as a religious observance. And so the ski masks, hats, any of the hoods and things like that, parents, please make it easy for us. I know that it's the summer, and so one would think that some of these things may not be an issue, but sometimes our children surprise us. But we ask you to help us out with these things and make sure that you are reminding your student not to wear these things, not to have them on at all. And so they can leave these things in the car and they can pick these things back up once they are picked up for the day. Please help us out with those things. The only headgear that can be worn is for religious observance. There's no sleepwear, so no pajamas, no house shoes, no bonnets, no any of those things. We are expecting our scholars to wake up in enough time to properly groom themselves when they're coming to the academy. And then I've already talked about the phones, headphones, AirPods, all of the electronics. Please make sure that for the Beats, they can just leave them with you all, and then everything else needs to be put away in their bags, AirPods included. And now we will have Ms. Sadie Weiss, our Associate Director, to provide a course overview and instructor introductions.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sadie Weiss, and I'm the Associate Director of the Office of Pre-Collegiate Student Services. I'm really looking forward to seeing all of our students this summer for the Summer Academy. It's going to be an exciting summer. Over the course of the Academy, students are going to be enrolled in 4 different courses: a Writing and Dialogue Strategies course, a Career and Personal Development course, a Math course, and a Science course. All of these courses will expose students to new concepts and ideas, enhance their academic skills, help them identify their interests and strengths, and develop both personally and professionally. Our project based curriculum encourages students to be active participants in their learning through hands on activities and projects. This summer, students will be conducting experiments and dissections in our science labs, working on creative writing pieces, participating in mock interviews, building drones, writing business plans, meeting industry professionals, visiting the geospatial lab here at UMSL and the planetarium, and engaging in a wide range of activities that we know will leave a lasting impression on them. We have an incredible instructional team lined up this summer, and we can't wait for your students to meet them on their first day. We truly appreciate the hard work of our instructors and their commitment to teaching and inspiring our students. I'd like to introduce them now. We have our career and personal development team. Teaching 6th and 7th grade career and personal development is Nicole Bell. Our 8th grade instructor is Andrew Smith. Our 9th grade instructor is Mary Genta. And our 10th grade career and personal development instructor is Aaron Layton. Moving on to our math team, we have Brian Griffin teaching our 6th and 7th grade students. We have Jeff Hughes teaching 8th grade. Patrice Mitchell will teach 9th grade, and Dave Cole will teach 10th grade math. Our science team, Matthew Botkin will be teaching 6th and 7th grade science. Kathy Robertson teaching 8th grade science. Centennial Day, 9th grade science. And Elizabeth Rock will teach 10th grade science. And rounding out our instructional team are writing and dialogue strategies instructors. Teaching writing and dialogue strategies for our 6th and 7th graders this summer is Sandra Alford. Teaching 8th grade is Amy Krieger. 9th grade, Stacy Burnett. And 10th grade is Angie Hawthorne. Again, we are so excited about all the activities our instructors have planned for students this summer. We're looking forward to all of the engaging activities and projects that students will be participating in their classrooms. We also have student support specialists working with our students this summer, addressing students' needs here at the Academy. So they'll be getting to know your students as well and building relationships with your students so your students feel supported on this campus while they're here with us this summer. Mr. Christopher Evans is one of our student support specialists. Olivia Perkins and Andre Dobbins are also on the student support specialist team. So we thank them for contributing their time to us over the summer to make sure your students have the resources and supports necessary for a successful summer academy. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing your students this summer.
I'm Taylor Duncan, Senior Program Coordinator, and I want to say how excited we are that you're joining us this summer. You're not just joining a program, you're stepping into a community that believes in your potential, your growth, and your future. Throughout your summer academy, you'll be challenged to get out of your comfort zone, and trust me, that's where the real magic happens. We believe that every student here has the power to lead, to inspire, and to achieve amazing things. Let me walk you through some of the exciting ways you can get involved this summer. First up, College Quest. During the first week of your assigned summer academy, we'll be kicking things off with a campus-wide adventure called College Quest. It's a fun and engaging way to work with your class group to complete 8 exciting challenges. It's all about teamwork, building trust, having fun, and getting to know your peers, all while enjoying the summer vibes. Mark your calendars for week 3. We're hosting a career fair featuring companies from the community you are interested in pursuing. This is a great opportunity to connect with professionals, ask questions, and start dreaming big about where your education can take you. And that's not all. We're also hosting a career fashion show in collaboration with Men's Warehouse and Dress for Success. You have the chance to show up, show out, and gain confidence while showcasing business casual and professional attire. Next, we want to highlight your talents at our award ceremony on July 11th. This is your stage. Whether you sing, write spoken word, or play a small instrument, we want to see what makes you unique. An application for this will be available during morning advisement throughout the academy. So, don't sit on the sidelines, get involved, take the leap, step up, and try something new. Let's make this summer 2025 unforgettable. Thank you.
Thank you, Taylor. So we are almost there, parents and students. And so for the next steps, as you prepare for the first day, you all would have received an email from us and our call or several if you have not submitted your enrollment form. Your enrollment form is going to be different from the application. This tells us if you are going to be participating this summer. It tells us if you're going to be joining us. So please make sure if you have not completed the enrollment form that you submit that right away. If your scholar has not submitted that by the first day of the academy, there's going to be a green form in their folder, we are going to need the signatures from the student as well as you to make sure that they can participate in our academies. The enrollment form also makes sure that we have the contact information that is necessary should there be an emergency that arises. We are able to reach the appropriate folks that's necessary. The report of absence, I talked a little bit about that. If there's going to be a time that your student needs to be absent, you can complete that form if necessary, or you can simply call us or send us an email. The student class schedule, we talked a little bit about that. Your student is going to receive that on the first day. It'll also be on the back of their name tag, but we will provide you with an emailed copy of that by this Wednesday so that you can take a look at that as well. You will have Canvas access that's going to be contained on your schedule. It will also be on the back of their name tag so students can start taking a look at that. Your instructors will have their syllabi uploaded into Canvas so you can begin taking a look at what you're going to be doing. And then class preparation. I talked about making sure that you have the appropriate materials, pens, pencils, and things like that to bring to class with you. And then anything else outside of that you will receive in your classes that are necessary. Grades and program completion. Although this is a summer program, please come prepared with a mind to work, with a mind to make sure that you are getting something out of the program. I say all the time that you only get out of it what you put into it. And so we are looking forward to our scholars coming prepared for the learning process and looking forward to them putting forth some things to make sure that they come out as great leaders and great contributors to our community here. So making sure if you have any questions about the next steps to preparing for the program, please make sure you contact our office. Our arrival and pickup is for those who have been with us in the past. It's going to be a little bit different. While the arrival will still be at parking lot N, our pickup is going to be in the parking lot just above that in parking lot K to try to absolve some of the congestion at the pickup process. So again, parking lot K is just above parking lot N and has an N entrance and exit. If you've ever been here for a graduation, you probably have parked in parking lot K. It has an entrance and exit to it. And so I'm going to be sending out a link for the videos so that you all are able to see where the arrival and pickup locations are. We will walk your students out at dismissal for pickup, so you will see us walking up the hill. We ask your students not to run out in the street or to do U-turns and things like that, to please abide by the parking and transportation laws, to make sure that our students and staff are safe, to make sure that there's no accidents or things like that at pickup. Again, we ask you to abide by parking and transportation laws and to make sure that you all are doing what we ask so that our students don't feel the pressure to do anything different, but follow the guidelines for arrival and pickup. So we will be sending those things out to you. Please make sure that you take the time to review those things with your scholars so that everyone is prepared for the first day. And lastly, please follow us on social media, because if there has to be a cancellation, if there has to be something when we are doing our applications, if we have opportunities for our students, we are going to post those things on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you all for being with us. We look forward to the very first day for our middle and high schoolers. And we thank you all for spreading the word in our community. We thank you for helping us to achieve 40 years, and we thank you for it all. Take care, and we look forward to welcoming you and your student on the very first day.